basically just come back to that and say it's a standalone system. Right?
Standalone system. System is manufactured, engineered to, well, pretty much, I guess it's obvious. It's an exhaust fan section. When this thing heats up, we're obviously going to want the thing running. Lights are working. When we flip this switch, it's pretty much going to be controlling our exhaust fan. Our exhaust fan has an interlock to the makeup air. So the switch does control both. Exhaust fan turns on. At the same time, the makeup air is turning on, pulling air out or making up air. System's pretty simple, very easy to use. There's no adjustments whatsoever that you have to worry about down here. The equipment on the roof can absolutely be manipulated. And we'll go up there and maybe I'll bring you up there. We don't need to get everyone up there. It's slippery, it's wet up there, but I'd like to at least show you someone get, see the controls. If you do need to manipulate them in any way, they're there. Right now I have this system to maintain 70 degrees. The makeup air unit has a heater assembly on it and a swamp cooler assembly. It's not exactly mechanical cooling, but it is, to cool. The swamp cooler, I want to say I have that set to 70 degrees along with the heater. So 70 degrees is our sweet spot right now. We can manipulate that. I figure it's a good place to start.
Right, but again, Floyd, to answer your question on this thing, it's not intended to service the space for cooling. It's just giving you the ambient air a little bit cooler, so it doesn't provide hot air when you're turning on the fan. That's all it is.
You're talking about soft cooler, right?
Right. If you want, or the same thing with the heater. It provides you basically an ambient temperature. Right. If you need to cool a space, this is all in one zone. That's the thermostat.
That's heater from the gas furnace you have up there, or is that from
the
heater?
That's all part of the same. So part of the same unit to turn on if it's cold and it needs to provide a temperature between the settings that he's describing.
So what you have is a heater, air conditioner, and a soft cooler all built in this little box?
No, air conditioning units over there.
Oh, it's over
right?
there.
Makeup air is just the swamp and the furnace.
Okay, but the furnace is over there.
But it's independent to this.
Okay.
In other words, the makeup air has its own heating unit.
Yes, it does. Now keep in mind, the makeup air unit is, it's not any way that you want to, it's not a piece of equipment you want to use to condition the area.
Yeah.
The air conditioning unit's our main area conditioner, if anything. This thing, it's just, if we have a 55-degree morning out and this exhaust fan turns on, that makeup air unit's going to be pulling that 55-degree air in and pushing it down here. It's hard to say. Somebody may be affected or get sensitive to that. So it does have a burner on it with the swamp cooler. It's just there to help out the ambient air. If it's too hot or too cold, it'll minorly temper the air, just so it's not a really big dramatic scenario. It also helps out the air conditioning unit.
And because you're not going to feel it, because it's coming out of this entire shroud, and it really essentially just gets sucked right back in. So that's the whole point. So don't think of it as not a conditioning space.
Well, it doesn't blow on you.
You're going to feel it if you're standing.
Oh, a little bit.
But it's if you put smoke in the air here and you can visually see it, and the air is just going to transfer right back up through.
Yeah, you guys can come and feel it. You can feel there's some airflow going on. This is our supply, right? And then this is our exhaust there. It keeps airflow. It keeps any, heat or anything from sitting. Yeah, it just keeps the airflow going. And
so other than that, I think that's a description of that. I think in terms of operation, all we need to talk about is just the switch on the wall. This does still it still does operate.
For the fan part.
For the fan part, but in terms of users, no need to touch this panel. It's too high anyways, right? So that's why we have this.
I can turn that off, you're saying?
You could, but there's no reason to touch that panel. Everything should be right here on the wall.
If you turn off that exhaust fan, you can operate the fan from here. So I can turn it on from here.
Okay.
And then I can turn it off. But I put on the switch. Once that switch is on, this does nothing.
Overall, okay.
So
The makeup air is always on every time it turns on.
Makeup air will turn on. It's got a little bit of a delay because it's got to go through its cycle. Dampers got to open and that's all that kind of stuff. So it's got a little bit of
Yeah, you can
like it
feel
just turned on right now.
Right.
So it's got a little bit of a delay, but every time you switch this on, the exhaust fan and makeup air are tied in together through the hood. So you hit that, flip that switch or hit this button, they both come on.
The makeup air is heated when
Right, that's what he's saying. If it's really cold outside, it's smart enough to heat the air so it's not dropping frigid air down. The same thing in summer. It's going to cool it so it's not dropping hot air. It's just enough so that you're not feeling the great extreme temperatures outside, providing more of an ambient temperature inside.
if you have a problem with it, you call an electrician or call
Yeah, if there's any problems with it, you're going to be calling a technician, right? You have a 1-year warranty. Any problems, anything at all comes up, you're going to contact Vance Brown. And Vance Brown is going to go ahead and delegate that whatever responsibility. It's okay. I'm going to say, okay, it's a mechanical guy, or I'm going to say, wait, no, it's an interlock thing. I might need to contact an electrician. So you're going to contact me if there's any problems.
Yeah, yes.
Lucky me.
Don't start messing with it yourself though.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you start messing with yourself, then remember that void's warranty.
Yeah. No tweaking the system.
Yeah.
I'm tampering with it.
No, it's user friendly. It's user friendly. The stuff's easy. We got a switch, simply light switch. You can handle that. Turn it on, and that's all. We're trying to make it really easy. Turn it on and walk away. Unfortunately, the thermostat, it does have a little bit of bells and whistles that we do want to familiar you guys with, but once we get you guys familiar and up to par, we'll be good. That's not.
So the closure warranty, we don't have to touch it. We just call it.
Yeah, so make sure you have Mike's number at all
So we
times.
should try to use everything as much as we can.
Yes.
For the year's time.
Break it in. That's it. Absolutely.
Good question. Is there a combination of that switch and this switch such that someone messed up with that, someone touched that in such a combination that when they turn on the vent, the makeup air does not work?
Yes. Well, not that makeup air won't work, but there is okay, turn off that switch. Okay, I'm gonna turn this on. Okay, now it's on, that switch is off. Okay, that's the only thing that's the fan and the makeup air are gonna be running. They're interlocked,
So they will always
they're
work
always
in
gonna do
conjunction.
there together. But if you see now, like the exhaust fan is on, but the switch is off, right? So now if I turn this on and then turn it back off again,
Oh,
you
okay.
have to go to that.
Okay.
So
Very nice.
So it still works.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, it will still tell this to shut off.
Okay.
Or I can go up to.
Casey took care of you guys. He took care of you guys.
Yeah.
So very nice. That's a feature right there. That was just going to work. Right.
Okay, so.
Well, it's just how the programming is working it, but, okay, yeah.
So is there any other questions that we have at this point for Silicon Valley Mechanical related to the performance of the air conditioning unit or the?
And the makeup air temperature is set, we can't fiddle with it, right?
You can. I don't recommend it,
Right.
but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show one of you guys exactly what we need to do to manipulate it. You'll have absolute, direct contact to me if you need it. However, we're going to try and get a set point. We're going to try and choose a set point today. So, and at least give it a week or two to try it out. If for any reason, it's blowing and it's getting a little cold or it seems to be a little warm, then we can manipulate it. But user friendly. Flip that switch and that's it.
I would say at this point, moving forward, especially for the first year, any of the set points or discomfort in terms of temperature coming out, call us. And we'll make the set points adjustment. There will be a recording there. We will do a quick video tutorial. I don't think it really affects anybody other than just having a recording of saying, hey, this is a specific nut screw that we need to tighten and loosen and make sure that the settings are changed. But at this point, everything's preset.
And the makeup air you don't want to fiddle with because it's the air conditioning is handling. That's just
It not be fiddled.
get the exhaust out and not be sucking hot or cold air in while you're trying to get the exhaust out.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
And it makes the air conditioning not have as much of a load.
Right.
Exactly.
That's the basic idea.
Exactly.
You're reducing the load on the air conditioner.
Absolutely. Well put. You should be teaching this class.
You gotta get it,